President Donald Trump is facing backlash for his recent comments regarding the death of music legend Aretha Franklin. Trump addressed the I Say a Little Prayer singer's passing during a cabinet meeting on August 16, 2018, calling Franklin someone who, quote, worked for him.
I want to begin today by expressing my condolences to the family of a person I knew well. She worked for me on numerous occasions. She was terrific. Aretha Franklin, on her passing.
It wasn't entirely clear what the president meant when he said Aretha Franklin worked for him, though he might have been referring to a private concert Franklin held at the Mitzi Newhouse Theater in celebration of the opening of Trump Tower in 1997. As you'd probably expect, Aretha Franklin fans weren't happy with the president's comments, taking to social media to say that Trump seemed to be belittling Franklin's legendary career by effectively referring to her as an employee. Actor and political commentator D.L. Hughley wrote on Twitter, "Dear Donald Trump, when a queen passes away, you pay your RESPECT. You don't try to denigrate her legacy by saying she worked for me on numerous occasions. This queen worked for nobody but her loving fans." Twitter user Chris Jackson said, "Donald Trump has no idea how to feign human emotion, nor has he ever experienced sympathy for another person. Him saying Aretha Franklin worked for him conveys how his failing brain works. No matter what happens or who dies, the only thing that matters is how it affects Trump. Yikes."
You better think about what you're saying. You better think about the consequences of your actions.
But Trump's words at the cabinet meeting weren't the only thing that set off Franklin's many admirers. His tweets following the news of her passing was also criticized by Franklin fans for its insensitivity. "The Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, is dead. She was a great woman with a wonderful gift from God. Her voice, she will be missed." Yeah, starting off a post by harshly stating that a beloved icon is dead isn't exactly the best way to pay one's respects, or to comfort that woman's enormous fanbase. Twitter user Brooklyn Dad Defiant wrote, "You better think about keeping the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, out of your mouth." For those curious as to how former President of the United States Barack Obama handled the news of Franklin's passing, here's what he tweeted out. "Aretha helped define the American experience. In her voice, we could feel our history, all of it and in every shade, our power and our pain, our darkness and our light, our quest for redemption and our hard-won respect. May the Queen of Soul rest in eternal peace." Regardless of politics, it's safe to say that Obama's post was a bit more eloquently put. Given Aretha Franklin's incredible talent and the generations of people who loved her, Obama obviously wasn't the only big name to humbly pay their respects after learning of her passing. Pop star Ariana Grande belted out a beautiful rendition of Franklin's hit song You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on August 16th.
I was like, how are you a real person?
I know, yeah, right?
Yeah, no, it's an honor to have met her.
Famed record producer Clive Davis also paid his respects to the Queen of Soul by tweeting out, "I'm absolutely devastated by Aretha's passing. She was truly one of a kind. She was more than the Queen of Soul. She was a national treasure to be cherished by every generation throughout the world." Davis is also organizing a tribute show to honor Franklin called Clive Davis Presents, a tribute to Aretha Franklin. The show will reportedly be performed at New York City's Madison Square Garden on November 14th, 2018. Hopefully this show can help all of Franklin's fans grieve, while also celebrating her life to the fullest.